So you get a good shot picking up this trash somebody left on the trail. It's not yours, is it? All you have to do is tell me, is it yours? It's not yours. You're not going to tell me, huh?
248-7201-42. Report, tower number 644 at 1225.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuge of your teeming shores. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I left my lamp beside the golden door. Welcome to another episode of Confessions of a Single Father. If you haven't been able to tell, kind of ticked off, so it's going to be a real rant like last time. Lately I've been seeing a lot in the news and stuff about like what's going on in McAllen. There's actually 1,500 kids that are missing right now. 1,500 kids that are missing because they were taken from their parents when they were caught coming in, and yes, listen to what I'm about to say, coming in illegally to the United States. Illegally to the United States. I'm not saying they're here illegal. I'm not saying anything against them. What I'm saying is they came in illegally. Now this is why they came in illegally. They don't have time to wait around for paperwork. They don't have time to wait around for something that may never happen. You understand that? I want to see some of you who are out there like, oh, but they're here illegally, they should do it the correct way. Put yourself into their shoes, and I want you to live their life. Try to live their life for one day. See, when I was at Coastal Bend and we had an assembly for September 11th, and I came on the news on that one, one guy from Mexico had something very heartfelt, and what he said was this: in my neighborhood, drug dealers and the militia, the police, whatever they would call it, the federales, would kick down your door and shoot you and fire at you, and drive-bys by officials, not just the drug lords. It's a freaking war zone. You have to take into fact of what everything that's happening before you run your mouth and say anything bad about these people.
¿De dónde son ustedes? ¿Y tú?
Guatemala.
No llores. Vas a llegar con... Mira, ella te va a explicar y te va a ayudar. ¿Cierto, Consuelo?
¿Qué va a pasar con su consulado hoy? Papá. Papá.
Yo no sé.
Ay, con mi tía por lo menos para que después llegue mi mami. ¿Me puedes abrir la puerta? Alguien me cerró la puerta esa. Que me venga a traer mi tía para llevarme.
Ella llama a tu tía si tú tienes número y habla con tu tía.
Tengo el número de ella.
Ah, pues ahorita ella te ayuda para que hable. Cálmate nada más.
No, papá.
Voy por aquí, niña.
Papá.
Cuando saquen la comida, ¿verdad?
Ay, no, papá. Para que me venga.
Ya voy a llegar yo cuando esté allá.
Okay. I'm not going to piss off a lot of people with this video, and you know what, that's fine. I don't give a shit. We all have our opinions. We all have a way of thinking. What I'm telling y'all is this, man. Go back, look at the history, and then look at what's happening now. You can't tell me we're not repeating history. You can't tell me we're not doing the same mistakes that was made in Germany. You can't tell me we're not following the same path. See, back when the time of when Pearl Harbor was bombed, we had concentration camps, prison camps here in Texas. I think the nearest one was George West, maybe even Odom. I could be wrong, but I think that's where it was at, if I remember correctly. It was close to here. That's how close it was to us, guys. They would put innocent Japanese citizens in there because of fear. Fear. That's what it always boils down to. It's not, oh, they're gonna bomb us too. It's fear. See, when you fear something, you don't understand something. So you do what's happening now. Trump doesn't understand what the people are coming actually here for. And yes, there are bad apples in the bunch. Yes, there are people who are coming in illegally and using kids as shields to get into the United States so they can do their own pendejencia, so they can be stupid and do illegal stuff and then send drug money back. I'm not saying they're innocent. I will never say that. What I'm saying is there are people that need and want to be free. They want to do better for their children. And how can we stop them? How can we say, oh, you're not allowed, when a Statue of Liberty says it itself, give me you're tired, you're hungry, you're poor. It is a welcoming mat for immigrants. A welcoming mat. So we're just now going to pull that mat. You know, as a child, I grew up in high school, actually, and I worked the fields. My parents worked the fields. My mother worked the fields. My grandparents worked the fields to better our lives. And she worked besides illegal immigrants. I did too. Some of the nicest people ever, man. If you took, let's say, rounded up all the illegal immigrants, send them all back to where they came from, and nobody wanted to work those fields, because I'm telling you, güeritos, the white people, some Mexicanos, some blacks are not going to want to do it. Some of the Asian, I don't give a shit who you are. This isn't a racist video. You're not going to want to work out there, man. That sun is killer. But these people do it because they know no other way. Our economy actually depends on the illegal immigration. Believe it or not. It depends. And don't try to come at me saying it doesn't, because I already did all the classes. I did all the studying. I know it depends. One of the smartest men in the world that I have ever had the pleasure of meeting, Colonel Clark, Coastal Bend College. If you pull these people from this place, we're going to fall. We need them more than they need us.
These are families. These are mental health households, and they're.
Okay. Now, Trump was caught on camera, okay, stating this. Unauthorized immigrants are animals. There was one other person in history that said that. And people used to, this is say how Hitler. You see, Hitler himself caused concentration camps. He would separate children from their parents. And even in some cases, children still with their parents. What's going on now? McAllen, Texas. Parents are being separated from their children. Ooh, history lesson. It's repeating itself. Children are going missing. 1,500. But yet, Trump calls illegal immigrants animals. Now, people have told me you don't blame Trump. You don't blame Trump. Let me tell you this much. He's the boss. Shit rolls downhill. Shit doesn't roll uphill, which means orders come from the top and they're fed to the lower people. Which means Trump is the boss, Trump is to blame. In a regular job, if you're a manager and if you tell your employee to do this and they don't do it correctly because you didn't give the correct orders or the correct wording, see, the employee gets yelled at. But the boss, the manager, can get fired. Depending on what happens, the boss or the manager can even get sentenced to some type of jail time. Now, since Trump is president, he's actually kind of immune depending on what he does. So, there's something to think about there.
Foster care or whatever. That's what the White House chief of staff said when asked about the policy of separating children and their families.
Yeah, foster care or whatever.
He's from Boston, so he has a little bit of a Boston thing going on.
Hey, whatever's. Word to your mother.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, word to their mother, wherever she goes.
Say hello to their mother for them. Well, I'll say hello.
I'll say hello to their mother for them.
For the last time.
Yeah, for the last time ever. They'll be my kids now.
That's terrible.
Yeah, or whatever.
What is whatever?
I know.
Under the law, we're only required to do whatever.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. We'll put them in a basket and send them down the river.
They get sent to Fenway. We send them to Fenway.
Don't worry. They
get to fend for themselves. They got to fend for themselves at Fenway.
I'm sorry.
Something needs to be done. In a world where it's better to make peace with a pretty much world terrorist. I can't even say that midget's name, Jim Kong Yong, or whatever the hell his name is. And I apologize to the little people. Maybe I shouldn't have said that word. It could be held as incorrect. You're seen as a hero because you were trying to get peace, which is fine. That's your job. But yet you can't even cause peace. You can't even find a way to work with illegal immigration. You know what? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Everybody's going to have their own opinion about everything. It doesn't matter what we do in life. It doesn't matter what goes on. These are children we're talking about. And I want you for a second, just for a second, to put yourself into their shoes. And I want you to know what it's like to be hungry. And I want you to know what it's like to have bread or potatoes. Because there's a lot of us out there who knows that. I know that. I ate freaking bread for a week when I was a child. And then didn't have nothing to eat for several days until my grandparents came and they rescued us. And they brought us food. And it wasn't because my mother wasn't trying. No. It was because we just didn't have anything. There was no jobs at the time. There was nothing. So imagine a place where it's 100 times worse. You can walk out the door. Even here, you can walk out the door. I can leave here today and I can be shot on the road. I can be hit in another car, head-on collision, and I can die. But imagine those chances and those odds increasing tenfold, 20-fold, where you can sleep at night and be killed by a stray bullet. Or the chances of that happening in Mexico and further down south is worse than here. All I'm saying is everybody needs to do some research and people need to realize what's going on. It's like Charles Gambino said, "This is America." I don't even know if I said that dude's name correctly. Daniel Glover. Sad reality, folks. This is America. Where you're held more politically correct for saying you know, wetback, go home. Well, guess what? I've been told wetback, go home. And they're saying, you know, that these children are being held with a higher standard, like they're being treated correctly. Let me tell you something. I worked in a detention center for children, close to Benue City. And in this place, it was 3 to 4 kids per room, males only. Females, 3 to 4 per room only. 3 meals a day. Showers, hygiene, everything. What I've seen in these videos, they're not getting that. So they're not being held and given the proper treatment. They are in a concentration camp, in my own opinion, in my eyes. Because if this was actually ran by the state or government, the people that are running it now would be in jail. It's inhumane. It's not proper treatment whatsoever. My confession, fuck you, Trump. Till the next video.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get out.
Wow.
Sell out motherfuckers.
So we're trying to get lunch at Sombreros, and because
we're coming from a protest
Demonstration against an ICE detention center that they help run and throw people in. They're here to harass
they need
us.
backup. Oh, we have more
That's
backup.
why they're here. They're harassing us. And guess what? More fucking cameras just got here. How you like that?
Now what? Now what are you going to do?
Motherfucker? Are you
You want to beat us down? You want to beat us down? You want to throw us in the back of your police car?
Is that what you're going to do?
Is that what you're going to do?
Call the National Guard.
Is that what you're going to do? Because that's what you threatened me to do, bro. That's what you threatened to do to me. You're going to throw me in the back.
I heard it. I heard it.
Why?
I was standing right here.
Why you come over here threatening us? Why?
So we literally just got back from the fucking protest about throwing people in fucking detention centers that are just trying to better their lives. And here we go, stopping to get some fucking
Racial purpose.
It has nothing to do with that.
No.
It's the fact that it has to do with you guys speaking Spanish in the store.
Spanish in the store.
In the state where it's predominantly English speaking.